Oh, so last meeting, briefly, we talked about doing, I think, the 12 days of summer. Was that
Mhm.
correct? Everyone's still on board with that, I think. So we can,
When were we looking at starting that?
um, was it, I don't know, was it in June or May? Good question. I'll have to check. But we were kind of giving ourselves some time to come up with some ideas. Very similar to the 12 Days of Joy. And Shannon had talked about, or she had mentioned that she was able to help us with the graphics and everything again. She
Mhm.
really likes doing that in Canva. So maybe we can start coming up with some ideas, like whether it's what's your favorite activity in the summer or things like that. So maybe we can just throw them in either the Facebook group or the messenger chat group we have.
And I found with the 12 days of Christmas or joy, we extended it actually over a 24-day period.
Mhm.
I think that was really helpful because it gave everyone an opportunity to either catch up or participate.
I agree. And then it wasn't so much for everybody who, like, for us ambassadors running it, our day, give us a day to catch up on all the names and
Yeah.
all of that information. And yeah, then it didn't seem like kind of rushed.
Are we offering prizes again as well then?
Yeah, we could, if we can think of some things that, that aren't in very, like, or that are inexpensive, I guess.
Right.
Come up with some ideas. It's always fun. We can do the draw again and stuff. Yeah. So I think it's just us four.
Okay.
Yeah. And we talked about highlighting or any ambassador that wanted to do like a month, not a whole month, but pick a day in a month to host kind of like a community-led event, whether it's online. I think it was online, and just kind of what your talents are, like whether it's, like Shannon talking about seeds and how to grow seeds or things like that. So I have the sign up sheet done. I just sent it to Lisa, but obviously she's busy this week, so hopefully we can get that. Whoever wants to, it's not meant, like, whoever wants to do something, whether it's online or like Zoom or Facebook Live or something like that. Yeah.
Or possibly in person,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
gathering of some sort. I think you and I had a discussion about that I would like to open up my home to have maybe a tea party with
Right.
the entire group. And it could be a potluck, and we could have a theme, springtime. And maybe since it's going to be high tea, so to speak, we could dress as though we were from the 60s or 70s. Yeah, it's just a thought.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We can go with that and elaborate and expand. Yeah.
Margot, I love that idea, especially that we can wear our fascinators
We could do that.
and our fancy hats and fancy dresses, as long as it's like weekend afternoon would be lovely for me because I work full time during the day.
And I think
So
most ambassadors do work during the week and stuff. So maybe.
it sounds like a lovely thing to do on a Sunday afternoon in May.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be? And another thing that's interesting, you just brought that up. If most of the ambassadors are working during the day, we might consider moving this meeting onto an evening time slot. That's the thought.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 4 of us right now. If we
I
could
like
have
at
a
lunch.
large number,
I-
that would be great.
I prefer lunch because it works best for me because your evenings are always so busy.
Yeah, if you
And-
work all day, then you usually have like stuff to do in the evening.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I like having it's been because how many active ambassadors are there, Pam?
I think 13 actually. Yeah, so
So who do we have as current ambassadors?
there's obviously us four. Kara, Nikki, Mandy,
Lisa.
Lisa, Leanne,
Joyce.
Joyce. Joyce should be joining us
Mm-hmm.
in a few minutes. And I know who else is there?
Is it Tammy? Tammy?
No,
No. Leanne.
Leanne, yeah.
The one that lives in Vernon,
Janet?
No, that's Shannon.
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 Yeah.
Leanne's in the East Coast. now.
Yeah. So her time, so really it wouldn't, like, I think right now it's 4 o'clock her time, and so 4 or 3 or 4 o'clock.
Mhm.
So if we did it at nighttime, then it would be like in the middle of the night for her. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
hi, Joyce.
You get to warm up, your volume's off, honey. There
I
you
just
are.
walked through the door. I'm a mess.
You look great.
If this isn't over next week, I'm not doing it anymore. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Is there any headway or any updates on the?
No, and there's all these young girls, they bring their lawn chairs and effing sit there. And they've been told and told and told. And then today, we walk over by the high school, and because we're in Kelmar, well, they sit down on a green space and they're vaping.
Oh, no.
Like, are you kidding me? And they were doing that in Devon, and they were told, like, you better not be doing that. And like they've been told, and it's dumb.
They wouldn't do it during work. Why would they do it during a picket line?
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's because they're outside, I guess. Anyway, it's just weird. Just weird. Anyway. Other than that, it's all good.
Hey, hey Joyce. What is your 2-word check-in?
Yes.
Exhausted. Exhausted, and my body hurts.
Mhm.
Joyce hosted our whole group at her house this weekend. It was just phenomenal. It was so
Oh.
warming and comforting. And again, Joyce, that was probably the best connection everybody had since
I
we
thought
started.
so. Yeah, it was really lovely.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
great
awesome.
group.
Well, it
Yeah.
sounds like you have a great group of ladies.
Phenomenal,
Yeah.
really.
How many ladies are there?
14.
14.
Well, we just had one that she's been coming, and then this month she switched to online.
Mm.
Is this your small group?
15 of us, that's pretty big group.
I said, is this your small group, Joyce?
Oh,
What do you mean?
Like your ambassador small group. I don't know what group you're talking about.
no,
No,
year
we're
one.
our shamanic training.
Okay. Well, sorry, that wasn't clear.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we did
Grandmother.
because of the TP, right? Because we were going out into a bed and breakfast, and they rented it, and it was a nightmare. Because there was too many people for her to do it even in the army tent.
Mm.
So that's why we had to switch around. And I said, because we were going to go to my studio, but we were letting the figure skating club do their photos there on Saturday. So I said, we'll just come to my house, and then next month we'll go to my studio. Because there's nobody in it usually on the weekends, but we all decided we'll just come, they'll come to my house next month too.
Mhm.
It's just easier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice you can offer that, Joyce.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I can have the space, and it's all good.
Yeah. So we were just kind of going over last month, like what we were talking about, doing the 12 days of summer, and I forget when we planned to start that. Was it in June? I'd have to look. So we're just, if we can get ideas flowing of some, where we can narrow it down to which, because Shannon has graciously offered to do the Canva. And I know with the planting and everything that's going on at the farm, she'll be busy. So I think the more time we can give her, the better. So if we can,
Yeah.
narrow it down to 12 ideas, then
Well, for myself, like I'm gone for 3 weeks.
when
Like,
do you
so I don't know how unless we did it in June before everybody got too busy.
well, and that's what I was thinking, like because when is the first day of summer?
The 21st.
Yeah, so if we like ended on the 21st, and if we went backwards, would that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. So and like Luisha mentioned, doing how we did every other day rather than having every day.
And I think my phone's in my pocket, way over there.
think-
I'm not going to get it.
I think Luisha has a calendar there.
If we do 24 days, it would start May 28th, which is a Wednesday.
Okay.
Well, and then there's a bunch of us that were, that's the retreat. That's where, when we're at our breathwork training.
Oh, right.
I think the beginning of June is better, like the Monday.
Yeah, and then just go to the 28th.
Or the
And just maybe
21st.
do something different on solstice itself.
like another,
No, just like, I don't know, make it something that a little bit more of a teaching or something that day.
Which is the 20th of June. So Monday, June 2nd is the Monday, and if we run it for, 24 days, that would bring us to about June 25th, 26th.
I mean, we don't have to call it 12 days of summer. We
The
could,
joys of summer.
yeah, we could call it, I don't know, if we,
So does Mandy have a specific day in June she's launching her new website? Could we
As far-
somehow tie that as one of the days?
I'd have to check exactly, but my
I know
understanding,
it's in June.
like it would be because we end at the end of May, like with our 9 months, the shamanic wheel, and then like June, to me it was June 1st, like that she was starting the new practice,
Oh,
like to me.
Well, then we could include everyone, not just the Accountable group then.
Yeah, and I
Accountability
think
group.
that's what we did the last time, is we did it
We
on
had
the
everyone.
we did it
Yeah.
on the practice page, because that other page won't be in existence anymore, as far as I know, like unless she, I think she'll just have the practice page, but I can check that with her, like what her launch date is, and we could tie that. Definitely, I like that idea of tying it into that, the launch of that. Because if we started, then we could do, some kind of launch, both of this online, what we're planning to do, whether it's the 12 days of summer or whatever we call it. If we don't do 12 days, like because how many days would it be if we started on the Monday and then ended it on the
Well,
soul?
Luisha just said it would on the 24th, because
Yeah.
you don't want to end it you don't want to start it in May,
No. So if we,
unless you just did 12 days straight.
what is everyone's thoughts on that?
And also, perhaps Mandy will be doing something on summer solstice. She usually does.
Mm-hmm.
So we might want to consult back with her and see what her launch of her new website, the launch of the new accelerator program, and the summer solstice, because then that makes June a very busy month for her.
Mhm. Mhm. And if each ambassador steps up and does an activity and just shares that with Shannon, and then just like the Christmas one, we all picked a day. We're the ones that took all the names and put them in that spreadsheet for you. And yeah, it's doable, but everyone's busy, of course, once May long weekend's over.
Yeah, and like for me, well, and Susan too, like we're taking that weekend, the last week of May off from our jobs.
Mhm.
So
That's why I'm
if
saying,
I have a job to go back to,
that's why I'm saying if we can, because we're now March, so if we can nail it down, like the ideas, whichever, like if it's 12 days, if we can nail down like what the activity is and give time for Shannon to prepare it. And if we run it in June, like we've got a couple of months, like we got part of March, we got April and
In May.
some of May, right?
Mhm.
So if we,
I'm gonna say something. I'm just here listening to the
Mhm.
conversation. And there's so many activities that are happening in June, and we have other people that are going on holidays, and we're checking with Mandy, because that's going to be an action-packed month on so many levels. Maybe you want to do something earlier, or maybe after, but not the month of June.
but the thing is she's got to do something to go from the spiritual accelerator to get everybody engaged again for the summer, to carry it through the summer, because she's redoing everything, and that's going to be launched in June. So have us doing an event. I mean, I'm with you, Margot, about it being busy, but it's also because you're re-engaging everybody again. And
yeah,
that's really important.
Yeah,
I
I
think so.
understand the engagement part. I understand that fully. But again, it is an exceptionally busy month. And perhaps we can get people's engagement maybe in July.
Well,
Or
for me, I'm gone. Like for me, summer is like people are gone away. It's kind of June is before everybody, like most people, July and August, that's kind of when they do their family trips and that kind of stuff. So that's where June is better. It's just, and you know what? It's somebody's always busy one of the times.
that is exactly what I was
Yeah.
thinking. So maybe at the month before June. It's just a suggestion because I see many people that are ambassadors are working full time, or they're just exceptionally busy people. Just to make it a little bit easier, we may want to consider another month, and whatever works.
I mean, what I can do is I can talk to Mandy
Yeah.
like next week and get just have a conversation with her about this is what we're thinking, this is what we want to do. We want to tie it into her launch of the new practice, and get an idea, sense of if she's or what she's planning on doing for the solstice, the summer solstice, that we
Mhm.
want to tie this all together and get people re-engaged,
Mhm.
and then just get a sense of what those dates look like for her. And then I'll report back to everybody, and then we can get a sense of a date that we're going to run it. And then, like I said, in the meantime, we can still start to think of like ideas for the days, right? So that, again, Shannon can get those prepared, and then it's just a matter of exactly when we're going to run it. But I do like I do appreciate your comment, Margot, of people being busy, but I think, yes, people are going to be busy.
Doesn't matter which month.
Anyway,
Yeah, like people are busy, like it's just a fact of life. And I think if we do try to tie it into Mandy's launch of the new practice, because there is members that are part of the practice Facebook page that are not necessarily engaged on, like, they're not part of the accelerator program. So it's getting them excited about the new relaunch of the practice.
So I just quickly went on GP chat
Yeah.
and did ideas and put, I want ideas for 12 days of summer fun engagement in meditation. Number 1, mindful nature walk, a meditative stroll focusing on your sensory experiences, a beach meditation, ocean sounds as a focal point for breath awareness, sunrise or sunset meditation, observing changing light, grounding oneself in the present, gardening meditation, mindfully tending the plants, noticing the textures and the scents, outdoor yoga and meditation, combining physical activity with mindful breathing, picnic meditation, savor each bite with conscious attention and gratitude, stargazing meditation, contemplating the vastness of the universe and fostering perspective, swimming meditation, focusing on feeling the water and the rhythm. That's one thing I don't like about GP chat. I can never get it all on my screen. Let me just
and I
try
think, Pam, did you send out a complete list of ideas as well? Or was that someone else?
No, that was Kara had just posted, because Mandy had mentioned renaming the accountability groups,
Yeah.
because it sounds like it can sound like a daunting, like that, oh my God, you're going to be like, we're going to say, this is the homework, because it's not like that. We know it's not like that,
Right.
but others from the outside think that it's very.
I think it was just a way to distinguish the two different groups to start with, right?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And some of us are running accountability groups, and I think my last session is May 14th. So
Mhm. Yeah. So, and they're not like, this is your homework, we expect you to do it. Like, it's not military style, like, as accountability kind of denotes, right? It's more, it's just a support group is what it is, right? So that was what Kara had posted on the chat,
Facebook
was
page.
just some, again, she just punched it into GP chat and
I've never
came up
tried
with
that.
some really great names, I thought, right?
Thanks,
Yeah.
Joyce.
Anyway, so I just posted that in the,
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. I don't know what everyone else feels, but instead of like, what's your favorite summer activity to do? Because it's very similar to the Christmas, but it's more like on the meditation, like
And it gets
activities you could do. Like, okay, go on a nature walk and take some pictures and then post those pictures. Like that kind of thing. Like, go on a picnic, and whether it's by yourself or with friends, and take photos and then post those photos.
yeah, and instead of beach, we could just say, be by the water.
Whether it's a man-made lake, or if you go out to the North Saskatchewan or whatever.
It probably comes down to whatever will assist Mandy in introducing her new Facebook group.
Right.
So once we hear of what her thoughts are there, then the rest, I would personally like to host a live dance party, whether it's on Zoom or live or whatever. I'm been saying I'm gonna do it on my Instagram and I haven't yet because I can't figure out how to run the music and then video it with a different device, right? So, yeah.
What do you mean? Like you just,
Well,
because
if
you
I
have a
want to play,
computer, it's like how we did, you just put your, like a camera like I have, buy a $30
I think you
camera.
could do, I think you could do it on Zoom, like we
Yeah.
did, Joyce, on Facebook, because you can do Instagram lives and you just have music playing on your computer.
right, and that I can do. It's just I don't have internet, so I have to use my phone as a hotspot all the time, which is
Oh.
fine. It's just a matter of me getting confident enough to get out there and do it. Because I have people commenting all the time, like, "Why don't you do more dance videos? You bring so much joy to us." And at the beginning of my accountability group, I get them all to get up and dance.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, and the
Yeah.
only thing I think of when you do a live with music that you might get it, the post might get shut down because of
Copyright.
Copyright. Yeah.
because of the music.
Yeah.
So that would be my only thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, you're right about that. So it's some step to negotiate or navigate through, but that's okay. It's a learning process in itself. So
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I'll set up a meeting with Van, like just have a conversation with her next week when she's back, and just get just a sense of where the date she's planning on launching the new practice 2.0, and if she's having a solstice or when she's planning to have a solstice.
whether live or Zoom.
Yeah, like usually she'll do
It's live.
the
It's usually
morning,
live, yeah.
the morning like on Zoom for the practice members.
Right.
Like usually, sometimes it's 6:30 a.m. depending on what date it falls on. Because you said it's the 20th of June.
The Friday, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and too, like lots of times, like if our part was done, a prize, if she's doing a live, a prize could be a pass to go to that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, and that would be a nice prize.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll set that up and then it'll kind of guide us into what direction we go with like the 12 days of summer.
And Pam, can I just say one thing?
Yeah, of course.
It does not have to be 12 days,
No, that's what I mean.
right?
Yeah.
It can be 5 days. It can be
Yes.
7 days.
Yeah.
Days
Like
of summer.
12 days just sounds to be a lot of days. So because we don't have enough ambassadors participating, we might have to make it 5 or 7 days.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
thanks for that, Susan, because if we wanted to do it up to solstice, like just do a 7-day,
Yeah.
and then but then again, if you're using solstice, like
As
if she
an
had
end.
a live thing, a
Perfect.
prize, then we'd have to adjust it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'll be perfect.
So then if we ended it a few days before the solstice event, so that it would give the prize winner time to prepare to go to the event if they in the chance that they won.
So what
Exactly.
about if because the summer and because of solstice, if there's like kind of ritual things that you could like do a ritual to get ready for it, and like like it still is like planting gardens, like what are some rituals around summer solstice, or things you can do to lead up to that to make that even better?
So each day, is this what you're saying? What I'm understanding is that each day, whatever the ritual is, like that would be one of the days. Is
Yeah, because that would be kind of a fun thing. So Louise and I, like and Susan would know this, like we talked about the difference between ceremonies and rituals, and like, and then that's kind of a teaching in it too.
Mhm, mhm.
So
For
that-
example,
that-
with Shannon planting, she can give us a heads up. Let's do even pot planting, get your sunflower seeds. And I remember last year with Stephanie, we planted sunflowers, but we were told to put them in our mouth
the
first.
seeds.
And the seeds in our mouth first, and then plant them to put our essence into the plant. That was amazing for me. I never had heard that before.
No. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I hadn't, and then when I mentioned to some other people and they knew that, and I
Oh.
thought that was really cool. Yeah, you just keep the seeds in your mouth for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you plant them, and then your DNA goes into the seeds.
Oh, that's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, and of course you don't want any genetically modified seeds, because then they've been ingested with pesticides, right?
Oh, okay. Ah, that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the moons
Mhm.
cycle too, that's an element of what to plant.
Exactly.
Don't know what it is, but I like to learn about it.
Mm-hmm. And the direction of the garden as to where everything should be planted. And yeah, it's quite a learning process. I don't know much about it, but I've heard somebody speak of it before. So, and I think Shannon uses the calendar as her guide to do her planting.
Oh,
also.
does she?
I think she mentioned that. Yeah.
Hmm. That's cool. Okay, so we've got, I think, some good ideas then.
Mhm.
Kind of the direction of those seven. I like the 7 days, because that would run for 14 days if we run it every other day. Because then if it is an activity, then it gives people, like, if they need to, if it's go on a nature walk, then it gives them a couple days to do the nature walk or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the solstice is on a Friday, the 20th. So if we want to quit on, say, the 18th or even the 17th, that same week, we could pretty much cover from the Monday, the 2nd to the 17th and have it all done. So,
Mm-hmm.
but again, depending on what Mandy's plans are and when she's hoping to launch, because if she's hoping at launch, we want some type of activity for the newbies to get involved with, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, I'll talk to her, like I said, next week, and
And
then
I just did solstice rituals and
Mhm.
things like community feasting, celebrating abundance and shared resources, a purification ritual involving fire, water, and other natural elements, an ancestral variation honoring deceased relatives through offering and remembrance, renewal, symbolic actions representing the cycle of nature, time, and rebirth, artistic performance, dramatic or musical presentations reflecting themes of light and darkness, meditation and reflection, so quiet contemplation on personal growth and the changing of the season, offering gratitude, expressing appreciation for the bounty of the earth and the sun. Like, there's so many.
Ideas for sure. And you and Pam are running your vision walk on April 27th, right? So you guys are already doing a lot in regards to getting everyone together. I wish I was here for that one. And the other one that you're doing with Lisa, I really sad I'm not going to be here for that, but I have to get home sometime. I've been gone for over 40 days, so.
oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Well, does anyone have anything else they'd like to add? We're almost at time.
So far, we have a spring tea, a nature
Yes.
walk, planting,
A dance party.
dance party. There's 4 out of 7 right there. Not that they're going to be on the same days of the 7
Exactly.
days, but
Exactly.
that's a good start.
Mhm.
And I'll go to the dance party.
Yeah,
And
me
I'll go to
too.
the tea, and I'll go to the tea party.
I'll go to whatever I can if I'm here in person, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But good job, everyone. I mean, it's not easy to be part of this group because everyone is so busy. And even the accountability group has actually stretched me beyond my comfort zone. And I've been away from it for the last 2.5 months because I was in course with grandmother for her stone reading, and then I was away for 2 weeks. So this Wednesday is my first coming back. So if you're available, come on to WhatsApp, to Lifetime Journeys group. And yeah, Nikki's going to play her sound bowls again for us. And it should be interesting. I only have, what, 3, maybe 4 group sessions left. So yeah, I've committed to it. I'm going to finish it. But to me, it's caused extra anxiety for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like when it comes down to it, it's got to be things that are easy for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
Yeah.
and again, I think the big thing is finding out when she's going to launch her new website and what we can do to tie that in. We've got lots of ideas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
like
you know,
that.
like especially with June having solstice is such a big thing that, you know, kind of trying something in. And I mean, Mandy's not going to be around. Like she's going to the farm. Like, well, we all start arriving on the 27th, and she'll be down there the weekend before. So she's not home for probably a week and a half at the end of May. So like
Oh,
she's got lots going on too.
I think though they actually have a family reunion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like
And then
in
they're
June?
going to Italy too for their couples.
That's it, not till July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're actually there when Gary and I are in Europe. Because I
Oh,
thought
really?
about it. I thought about it. I don't think it would go over well with Gary.
You never know.
Oh no, that he'd be ditching me.
I think you'd be ditching him, you mean?
That would
Well,
be
he's looking fabulous, so keep doing what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll know more once Pam and Mandy have a chat.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dates.
and like for me,
Good move
I
forward.
can't, like after June, my summer, like I'm gone for 3 weeks and there's lots going on, and I'm gonna be a grandma again in September, and like I'll be helping Nori and Jamie lots in August. And I've pretty well decided that I am done work. As soon as I go back to work, I'm giving my notice.
Good for
I don't
you.
think I'm gonna, even part-time, I don't think I'm going back.
You'll,
Gary and I
You'll be
had it.
kept busy at your studio for sure.
well, and
Joy.
just being a new grandbaby, like you'll be able to spend so much time.
Well, and I mean, I want to start doing pottery again. Like I
Yeah.
need to start doing my creative stuff. But
Yeah.
then and that way at least it will make me a little bit of, you know, my pin money for paying for all my courses that I'm always doing. I have to work to pay for my courses.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate everyone's ideas and contributing. I think we got some great ideas actually, and I like the idea of tying it into the launch of the new practice, and with solstice that month, like it just is a nice little bow on all of that. So
Yeah, and I'll throw the social solstice rituals that GP chat told me. That's
That's great.
So when we did our shamanic training, so one of the girls, I said, well, how are you getting all those gorgeous pictures? You put them in GP chat, you get pictures. I played with it yesterday. I had so much freaking fun. And then if you don't like, you say, oh, well, no, like I don't like the eyes, change them to this color. It changes all of it.
Wow,
It was
AI is
so
there.
fun. Like I went down a rabbit hole for about an hour and a half with that last night.
Yeah, you can
Cool.
get as specific as you want, and I want a meditator in the field over the mountain with the sun rising or the sunset. Like you can just get really creative.
Unbelievable.
And you can actually work AI GP chat with Canva.
Really?
Yeah.
But well, I tried it and it's weird.
Oh, it is.
Well, because that's how I first tried to do those pictures. Because it's Al. And so I was fooling around with that.
Yeah.
And they were kind of creepy pictures. So then I just went in, like opened a Word doc, like a Google Doc, and then did it that way. And then I saved, or no, maybe I was in Canva because I saved them all to my website pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought, I can use these for all of our medicine wheels. I did all my animals of the medicine wheel. It was fun.
It
I never
looked
thought of
great too.
Yeah, like I did some really cool pictures.
Mhm.
Like I say, some of them I thought were creepy, so I just told it those are creepy. Right.
Well, it's got to figure out what you like, and then once
Right.
it knows kind of what you like, then
Well, that's what Sarah told Mandy. You have to train. You have
yes.
to train it.
Mhm. And it listens to everything that you look at and say, and it'll even reword your paragraph if you want it reworded.
Yeah.
So that's kind of scary.
It makes me sound really smart. Now, Susan, because you do legal stuff, like you could not ever use GP chat for stuff?
I can't hear you, honey.
They do use it.
Really?
Mm,
Wow.
I know.
You
It's
might
kind
be
of,
out of a job one day then.
well, not me. I won't be.
Oh.
The lawyers might be.
Well, and
somebody's-
I find it's on everything, like even on your email, like
Mhm.
it says, do you want to reword or do you want to, reword this email, or like, you're like, I didn't even ask you, and already it's popping up.
And now it's got this gray bar over what you've already typed. That's new with the new downloads. So I don't know what that's all about.
I have an ask. This is wonderful listening to GPT or Chat GPT. I would love to use it. How to use it, and is there a cost involved?
No, it's free.
It's free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ju-
Are
just
you
when
paying
we're-
at all for?
So you can get a paid one, but you don't need it. So when we're off, just search and just if you don't have it on your computer, just download it on you can have it on a PC or a Mac. You can have it on your cell phone.
Okay.
Just a matter of trial and error and playing with it by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
So-
like sometimes I do them as it like, I don't sound like that. Like that's a little too fluffy for me. Get to the point. Like I don't need all that fluff.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, just remember, we're all here to support each other within the ambassador group and in the practice family. And I'm always here to be connected with if somebody needs to talk. So
Thanks, Gare.
Thanks, Louisa.
appreciate everyone.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
See everybody. Good
Cut.
seeing you. Bye.
Take
Bye-bye,
care.
Bye.
everyone.
See you next month, if not before.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Joyce. Bye, Louisa.
Thank you.
Bye.